Hey everybody, it's Ian King, founder of King Sports International and creator of the Get Buff range. Let's talk about the Get Buff membership. What we've done with the Get Buff membership is to create a website where you, as a committed follower of the Get Buff range, as someone who knows and understands and appreciates the value that is contained in the Get Buff range, can go to access a lot more information than the average person. So what I want to do in this short segment is take you through some of the opportunities that will be available to you as a member at the Get Buff membership site. Keep in mind that I've been publishing, I've been writing about Get Buff training, I've been writing about strength training for nearly 30 years. I've published works going back 30 years. Now obviously with the advent of the information age in the late 90s, that publication increased in its frequency. One of the things that I've sought to do at the Get Buff membership site is give you what I call the Get Buff library, where you can go and access everything I've published in the area of getting buffed. Now that might be links to the origin, links to the sites, etc. But it is my intent and my goal to give you a source of reference that unlike anything else you've ever seen. In fact, one of the frustrations I've noted is that because in particular in the information age that links change, the people email me and say, Ian, can you tell me where the links are to, whatever that you published X period ago, and I can't find it any better than you. So whilst this project will never be complete, it is the intent to give you a central point to obtain the links to be able to access everything I've published in the last 30 years in the area of getting buffed. Now, not only information age, but if you go back pre the information age, if you go back to the early 90s and through the 80s, chances are you have no hope of getting access to my materials. This is the only site where you will gain access to those materials. So let's go through, as far as the library is concerned, some of the subcategories within the library. So you're going to get exposed to articles, you're going to get exposed to audio programs, you're going to get exposed to e-books, you're going to get exposed to videos, in particular online videos, including content that no one else gets to see. You're going to get exposed to seminar content, you're going to get exposed to training programs, you're going to get exposed to a whole host of things that no one else will get to see, because there is so much work that is involved in bringing this all to the one place. And that's the benefit of being a member of the membership site. Now, in addition to having access to the archives and the library, you'll also have access to everyone else on the Get Buff site, including my coaches. Now, I've got coaches that, unlike others, don't boast and tell you how good they are, etc., etc., and you might not even know who they are. Believe me, they're good, and you have access to them. You can communicate with them at this site as one of the many benefits of being at the site. In addition to that, all the links to the external sources, all the links to the references, all the links to our additional websites you can obtain through this site, so you'll be able to link up with all the other websites that are related to Get Buffed and all the ancillary services and products related to Get Buffed, which is pretty broad, as we have had a really holistic approach to training. So there's a lot of different resources that you can access through the site. So that's a little bit of a snapshot. Now, in conclusion, I have sought to make it really cost effective to be involved. I understand that for many of you it's a hobby and it's a passion, and it's my intent to make it accessible for you, and that's where the pricing has been set, to make it a really cost effective way for you to hook up with a source of material unavailable, just not available anywhere else. This is a source that, as we move forward, will continue to grow, because every time I produce new content in this area, I'm uploading part or all of it at this site. So almost daily new content is going up, and again, new content in many ways that the members that Get Buff are the only people see it. This content, for large part, does not see the light of day. There is so much. In the last 12 months alone, I've added over 100 hours of video to our broader catalogue. And I'm talking about 100 hours of video that will never be commercially released. So there's a massive amount of content available for you at the Get Buff membership site. Should it be something that you see yourself coming and joining us there, we look forward to chatting with you if you do.